Hey everyone, welcome to the Final Cut. So glad you could join us today. Yes, we are looking at another independent film, but this is not an independent horror film. Nay, this is an independent comedy called Nobody Wants to Be Just Ordinary. It's brought to us by directors Miguel Miller and Stephanie Vasconcelos, and we get the story of a number of individuals, their day in the life, in various aspects of the film industry and of the LA lifestyle, whether or not they're screenplay writers looking to write that next big screenplay, or independent producer and director just trying to make their first feature film, or those actors on the street who are playing characters and busking while at the same time looking to land that big role in a feature film, to a rapper who's looking for his big break. All of these interesting characters are looking to make it in LA, and we see how the struggles and the challenges that they have challenge them at questioning their choices, as well as how their lives end up crossing paths in the big city that is LA. This isn't the first indie film we've seen that takes a comedic, satirical look at the life of LA and the struggles of independent, not only filmmakers, but also of actors and actresses just starting out. So I'm starting to see a theme there. And when you have that many films portrayed, that makes you wonder just how much of reality is working its way into the script. Now, I've not lived in LA or been to LA, hope to make it one day, but I have run into a number of the types of people that we end up meeting in this film that's handled like a documentary style. It's really interesting. When we get the reality or the real people, they're doing this testimonial of sorts, or this demo reel introduction. It's done in color, and it's kind of like this, introduction, like why they're in LA and such. And I really enjoyed that. And then when we see the narrative part of it that takes place on the streets of LA, it's in black and white, giving the Hollywood scene its own world, its own identity, and its own emotional tone. And I liked that difference between the two. It's like, oh, here's reality, and then here's seeing the real person in this kind of fictional situation. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting mix in there that they do with it visually and narratively that keeps you wondering where it's going to go, especially when we meet this vast group of characters. It's made up of a diverse cast, and I loved it that we have all different types of folks here in different roles, and it's just interesting and all well performed and felt real. That's the thing, is this felt real. While they are in humorous situations, you could actually see yourself meeting these type of folks. Some of my favorite characters in here, one of them is named Taylor, and she was the influencer, played wonderfully by Emily Rose Morris. She plays it up, and that's the thing. It to the extreme, she plays that influence, with the photos and the selfies and the videos, with how many followers she has, and all of that, focused on all of that. I enjoyed that personality, and especially the way it was portrayed by Emily Rose. Then there is a character in here, Eric, played by Enrico Nightingale, and I really enjoyed the Eric character. I connected with him quite a bit. This guy looking for his first break, and he has this wonderful scene as he's posing as Spider-Man, because on LA, folks are, impersonators, and they get their pictures taken with folks, and they work for tips and such. There's this wonderful scene between him and another Spider-Man, which is this just I don't know how to describe the fight that these two have, but it's something that you have to see to believe, and it had me rolling. It really did. You have it here, Jake, who is played by Jeff Kim. Now, he only shows up for a little bit in this film, but he was great. He gets this scene with Taylor, and his reaction to Taylor and how she is and her extravagant personality, it made for some wonderful, humorous moments. But again, everybody is great in here. Frankie, played by Kasia Amanya, I liked what they did and how they wrote her character, and seeing her try to make it as a comedian, talking to some folks who are stand-up comics over the years. The situation that she gets put in, they've been in similar. So again, the best comedies, the most entertaining ones, are ones that borrow from reality, and this one definitely feels like it is. While you might be an outsider from LA, I think there's still a lot to enjoy in here, and if you live in LA or are in the industry, I think you're definitely going to find a lot of entertainment in here. There's some emotion, there's some very sweet moments, there's some very heartbreaking moments, but all of them still very entertaining, never gets too heavy. But at the same time, it is taking a jab at the industry that it thrives in the town they call LA. So there you have it, folks. Thank you for listening to my rambles. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already. If you've seen this film, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Remember, nobody wants to be just ordinary, which is a great title, especially for today's pop culture. So I thank you one and all for your support. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.